So I want to talk about the director, Chad Stahelski, who you've worked with. Adam, so Chad was the fill-in stuntman or the double for Brandon Lee in The Crow.
Right.
So that whole Crow thing happened when he was working on the set. So, and then he goes on and directs all 4 of these John Wick movies. And now he's recently said, I don't see any reason for a real gun to be used on set. Mm-hmm. Like it's all, we have CGI, we have prop guns. And in John Wick, they do the gun fu, right? He does a lot of close range gunfighting. So I just want to get your thoughts. Do you agree with that?
I mean, you can't do the John Wick stuff with a real blank firing weapon because you're doing the headshots, right? But I feel that there is a place for the real guns with the blanks in. I mean, obviously, there's been terrible things that have happened in the past, and we have to do our best to avoid that, of course. But there's no substitute for seeing the real thing with the gunpowder, in my opinion. But I'm a big fan of those old John Woo movies anyway. But certainly you couldn't do what's happening in the John Wick film safely, so you wouldn't do it at that point. But I think there is, space to do it the way it used to be done, if you can.
Well, you're a guy who would know the answer to this. When this whole Rust, Alec Baldwin thing went down, half the people are saying, it's not Baldwin's fault. The other half go, he should have checked the gun. I'm like, who checks the gun?
Right? I'm English. I'm no expert. We don't have guns in England. I haven't got a clue. Somebody comes, first time I got onto a movie set, the armourer hands me the gun. And if he says it's empty, I'm not trained in weapons anyway. I'm just going to go, okay, well, he knows what he's doing. That's his job. I'll take his word for it. Now, I've done enough films to know, well, I better check the gun myself. But I remember back in the day when I started, I didn't check. I just took the guy's word for it because he's the professional.
Right.
An actor shouldn't be responsible for that sort of thing. We're stupid.
Yeah, I was saying actors really shouldn't be responsible even for their own kids sometimes.
Exactly. So don't put that pressure on us.
Yes, I concur. I always thought that was sort of dubious that, they would go, well, you never point the gun at a person. You never squeeze the trigger. It's like, well, you do if that's what the script says you do, and the armor hands you the gun and says it's cold. Or
it could be a scene where you're holding the gun to the guy's head and you pull the trigger and they're going to do a CG muzzle flash.